From Zaham to Shifa, Motherhood's Hidden Wounds. Warning: today's episode discusses postpartum depression, maternal mental health struggles, and feelings of inadequacy in motherhood. Please listen with care and seek support if needed. Assalamu alaikum, beautiful souls, and welcome back to From Zaham to Shifa, our sacred space where we hold the complexity of love, where the struggles of motherhood are witnessed with tenderness, and where the weight of caring for others does not have to crush the caregiver. I am your sister on this journey of healing, and today we are going to talk about something that lives in the shadows of baby photos and milestone celebrations. We are talking about the hidden wounds of motherhood, the moments when love feels heavy, when gratitude battles with exhaustion, and when the most natural thing in the world feels impossibly hard. If you have ever held your baby while tears stream down your face, if you have ever felt guilty for missing your whole life, if you have ever wondered if you're failing at the one thing you are supposed to be naturally good at, this conversation is for you. Today, we are creating space for the truth that motherhood is both a blessing and a burden, a joy and a struggle, a gift from Allah that sometimes feels too heavy to carry. The myth of instant maternal bliss. I am going to tell you about a sister. She had dreamed of motherhood her entire life. She read every parenting book, prepared the perfect nursery, and could not wait to hold her baby. She knew she was blessed. She had struggled with infertility for years before Allah granted her this miracle. But when her daughter was born, something unexpected happened. Instead of the overwhelming rush of love she had been promised, she felt numb, overwhelmed, terrified. The baby cried constantly, and the mother's body ached from a difficult delivery. When visitors came, they would coo over the baby and tell the sister how blessed she was, how motherhood suited her. She would smile and nod, but inside she was screaming, "I don't feel blessed. I feel like I am drowning." The guilt was almost worse than the exhaustion. How could she feel anything but pure gratitude when so many women are struggling to conceive? How could she miss her whole life when Allah had given her exactly what she had prayed for? Dear sisters, it is completely normal to struggle with the transition to motherhood. Even when the baby is healthy, and even when you wanted this desperately, even when you know it is a blessing from Allah. In Surah Maryam, we read about Maryam, peace be upon him, giving birth to Isa alayhi salam. Even she, chosen above all women, carrying a miracle child, cried out in pain and distress, "Oh, I wish I had died before this and was in oblivion, forgotten." If Maryam could feel overwhelmed during childbirth, if she could wish for escape from the intensity of that experience, then your struggles with motherhood are not a sign of insufficient gratitude. They are signs of your humanity. The weight of invisible labor. Motherhood, especially in those early days, is a kind of labor that never ends. You feed the baby, and soon they need to be fed again. You change the diaper, they soil it immediately. You finally get them to sleep, they wake up crying. And then there is the invisible labor, the mental load of constantly thinking about their needs, their schedule, their development. Did they eat enough? Are they too hot? Why are they crying? In our communities, we often hear about the blessings of motherhood, and they are real and profound, but we rarely talk about the cost, the way your identity shifts so completely that you sometimes forget who you were before, the way your body feels foreign, the way your marriage changes, under the pressure of sleepless nights and endless demands. I remember after my daughter was born, I was looking in the mirror and thinking, who is this person? My body was different, my mind was different, my priorities were different. The person in the mirror staring back at me was not the person I knew. I felt like I had died and someone else was living my life. Remember, sisters, your struggle does not diminish the blessing. Your exhaustion does not negate the miracle. Your need for help does not make you ungrateful. Allah Himself acknowledges that motherhood involves hardship, difficulty. This is not punishment, it's recognition of the magnitude of what mothers do. When love feels like drowning, postpartum depression and anxiety do not discriminate. They can affect any mother, the one who planned her pregnancy carefully and the one who was surprised, the mother with strong support and the one who feels alone. Sometimes it looks like rage and irritability, and sometimes it looks like overwhelming anxiety about everything that could go wrong. This is what we do not talk about enough, that you can love your child desperately and still struggle with motherhood. In Islamic tradition, we have the concept of hikmah, wisdom that comes through experience, often difficult experience. Sometimes Allah places us in situations that stretch us beyond what we thought we could handle, not to break us, but to show us strength we did not know we had. But that does not mean we have to suffer in silence. That does not mean we have to pretend everything is fine when it is not. The village we need to build. In traditional societies, new mothers were surrounded by women who had walked this path before. Grandmothers, aunties, neighbors, they would come and hold the baby while the mother rested, bring meals, share their own stories of struggle and survival. But many of us are raising children in isolation, some even as single mothers, far from extended family, in communities where everyone is too busy to truly support each other. We are expected to bounce back quickly, to be grateful and glowing, to manage everything with a smile. What does support look like? Sometimes it's practical, bringing meals, offering to hold the baby while mom showers, helping with household tasks. Sometimes it is emotional, listening without judgment, sharing your own struggles, normalizing the difficulty of this transition. And sometimes it is professional. Therapy, support groups, medication when needed, lactation consultant, postpartum doulas. These are not luxuries, they are necessities that help mothers not just survive but thrive. We need to create communities where mothers can say, I am struggling, without being told to just be grateful. Where asking for help is seen as wisdom, not weakness. Where the full spectrum of maternal experience, the joy and the sorrow, the love and the exhaustion, can be held with compassion. Find your way back to yourself. Recovery from postpartum struggles is not about returning to who you were before. That person no longer exists. It is about integrating all the parts of yourself, the mother, the woman, the believer. It's necessary. That asking for help is not weakness, it's bravery. That struggling does not make you a bad mother, it makes you human. Your experience of maternal mental health challenges, once healed, becomes a light for other mothers walking the same dark path. Your vulnerability becomes a bridge for others to cross from isolation to community. Beautiful sisters, if you are listening to this while wondering if you are cut out for this sacred work, let me remind you, you are exactly the mother your child needs. Your love does not have to feel light to be real. Your gratitude does not have to be constant to be sincere. Your motherhood does not have to look like anyone else's to be beautiful. Before we end today's session, I want you to ask yourself, whether you are a mother or not, what expectations about natural roles like motherhood, wifehood, daughterhood have you struggled to live up to? And what would it feel like to give yourself permission to redefine the expectations of that role? And what if it was your sister or friend or daughter struggling with her transitional role? What kindness would you offer her? This is From Zakham to Shifa. Until we meet again, may Allah ease your burden, strengthen your heart, and surround you with support you need to flourish in this sacred role. If you are struggling with postpartum depression or anxiety, please reach out to your healthcare provider or a mental health professional or a postpartum support organization. You deserve help, and help is available. Barakallahu fi and Assalamu alaikum.